y siempre te lo pongo. Y si tú me tiras, me bailando, yo por mí te lo pongo. En septiembre todo, a mis 5 años nunca digo tu amiga, ya yo me enteré. Cuando me va, ahí donde no llego, sabes que yo te doy. Dime que quieres beber, es que tú eres mi bebé. De nosotros quién va a hablar, si no nos dejamos ver. Mami, me tienes buqueado, sí, si fuera la uva estuviese parqueado. Ando monta por el condado contigo, siempre me he levantado. Tú no eres mi señora, pero toma 5 mil, gáname en Sephora. Mi puto ya me compra Pandora, como Vixen a nosotros por fuera. Hace tiempo le rompieron el cora, estudiosa, pero estamos en doctora. Pero le gustan las títeras violando motora. Yo estoy pa' ti las 24 horas. Baby, a ti yo me pongo y siempre te lo pongo. Y si tú me tiras, si por mí te lo pongo, de septiembre hasta agosto. Y a mis 5 años no te digas tu amiga, ya yo me enteré. Cuando me va, ahí donde no hay tierra, sabes que yo te llevaré. Dime que quieres beber, que tú eres mi bebé. De nosotros quién va a hablar, si no nos dejamos ver.
Θέλεις να αναβαθμίσεις τη μουσική σου? Με το Spotify Premium ακούς τα τραγούδια, τα άλμπουμ και τους καλλιτέχνες που αγαπάς ασταμάτητα, εντός ή εκτός σύνδεσης. Κάνε εγγραφή για 3 μήνες δωρεάν τώρα. Ακύρωσε ανά πάσα στιγμή. Πάτα το banner για να μάθεις περισσότερα. Με το Spotify Premium έχεις τον έλεγχο της μουσικής. Με μουσική. Ανά πάσα στιγμή. Πες το ρυθμό με 3 μήνες δωρεάν. Ακύρωσε ανά πάσα στιγμή. Το banner για να μάθεις περισσότερα.
Numero 3, number 3, Patricia Moore. Numero 10, number 4, Ana Campos. Numero 22, Somados. Number 5, Captain of the team, Judith Panicello. Numero 8, number 6, Mark Navarro. Numero 8, number 7, Rita Marcos. Numero 8, number 8, Claudia Moreno. Número 9, number 9, Olga Descalzi. Número 10, number 10, María Ángeles Gómez. Número 20, number 11, Marta Hungría. Número 12, number 12, Moses Salcedo. Número 13, number 13, Deis Díaz. Número 13, number 14, Ariana Ross. Head coach of the team, Beatriz Espinosa, and assistant coach, Andrea Pedro. Proponentes somados, Oquillos Espinosa, que Silgante y Andrea Pedro. Stupiable, Blue Caps, Cosenza Pallanuoto. Numero 1, number 1, Nicola Divina. Numero 3, number 2, Titico Giussi. Numero 3, number 3, Inamba Akari. Numero 7, number 5, Vicente Marta. Numero 8, number 6, Manucho Cristina. Numero 8, Capitol Somados, number 7, el Capitol of the team, Maroni Federica. Número 8, André Miguel Análisis María. Número 9, number 9, Rosy Iva. Número 10, number 10, Megan Ricky. Número 20, number 11, Frida Marta. Número 12, number 12, Santa Paula Roberta. Coach of the team, Okione Gaetano, and assistant coach, Mana Giamara. Proponentes Oquillos Okione Gaetano, que Sinelgados y Hermana Giamara. Distinguished sponsors of the Stockholm, ladies and gentlemen, we present you the referees of the game. The first one is Nicholas Sniper from Hungary, and the second one, Marika Vandenberg from Netherlands. And the president says que por países unos días, European Aquatic Delegate is Mr. Coris Navarro from Poland and Ms. Rita Azovani from Malta. End of presentation. Gracias, estadounidenses. Alguien que quiere decir más, un clap for the team.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Athens, to Nea Smyrni to be precise. Welcome back to the grand final of the 2026 Women's Conference Cup. This is where the journey ends and history begins. Months of battles, qualification tournaments, moments of brilliance and resilience have all led to this one final clash with the trophy on the line. Now 4 days of elite water polo, 8 of Europe's rising clubs, and now it all comes down to 2 teams, 1 stage, and everything at stake. It's Sant Feliu versus Cosenza Pallanuoto. It's the Spanish-Italian showdown we have in store for you today as our last match. of our water polo journey together. Now, as for the team news, team lineups for Sant Feliu, it's Oliver, Matafora, Moore, Campos Vasquez instead of Marcos Rivero, the captain Panicelo, Navarro, Moreno Perez, Descalzi, Dueñas, Hungría, Salcedo de los Reyes, and Ross, players at disposal of the team head coach Bea Espinosa Peña. So Ana Campos Vasquez is in, but when you look at the overall team news or team lineups, no Lili Urvari for this match, and Rita Marcos Rivero should be with the cap number 7 instead. Now, as for Cosenza Pallanuoto, it's Nigro, Citino, Inaba, Misiti, Maluzzo, the captain Morone, Miller, Rožić, Mer, Giuffrida, Santa Paola. Those are the players at the disposal of the head coach Gaetano Occhione for tonight's match, or today's match, that is, not really tonight. So no news, the exact same lineup that secured the place in this historic grand final for the Italian side, because if you followed yesterday's second semifinal, the Italian side playing their first European campaign, and what a way to bring it to an end with a clash in the grand final, with a chance to win the first gold medal overall when it comes to the European competitions. We already followed 3 matches since this morning, the classification from the 5th to the 8th place overall, and of course the bronze medal match that went in favor of the hosts of this Final 8 tournament, Panionios. It was 13-10 against Tenerife, meaning the Greek side secured the bronze medal. And now the only question that remains is, will it be Sant Feliu or will it be Cosenza Pallanuoto, the team that takes the gold in this edition, the first inaugural edition of the Women's Conference Cup? The referees of the match are Nicolette Tijben from Hungary and Marieke Vandenberg from Netherlands. And that's about it from all the things you need to know in this intro portion, waiting for the first swim off of the match. Like I said, Cosenza Pallanuoto in their historic run in Europe, and as for Sant Feliu, if I remember correctly, they mainly competed in the Challenger Cup, and if my memory serves me well, it should be that semifinals in the Final Four stage as their best previous result back in 2022-23. And now the first ever final, a historic breakthrough, and we'll see, will their display today be enough for the historic gold medal? Now the first swim up went in the way of the Italian side. Now let's see, will they make it count from the first attempt of the match? The ball finds the right winger, back to the right back, a good defending there from the nominal host side in this grand final from Sant Feliu. Nigro as the starting goalkeeper. Yes, de los Reyes on the other side as well, and Iva Rožić as the player who got to the ball first. Extra player attack in favor of Sant Feliu. From a 4-2 formation to more of a 3-3, depending on certain position of that player on the left wing. First shot, first attempt with the numerical advantage in favor of the Spanish side blocked, and it was Annalise Marie Miller as the player who got the exclusion. Back in the pool in the meantime. Mer sends it over to the right side. Back to Mer. Now around 10 more seconds till the end of this attack. A swim through on the left post. The ball finds the center forward closer to the right winger, but as you saw there, just a foul and possession in favor of Sant Feliu as the final outcome of the previous attempt of the Italian side. Hungria Minute and a half already down, still without a goal, but that will not change. From this attempt as well, a strong, powerful shot from the center forward at Sant Feliu, but the ball hits the woodwork. Six seconds on the shot clock, not the best attempt towards Maria de los Reyes Diaz. The Spanish side's goalie still waiting for somebody to turn around, and there's the ball towards the right side of the attack. No counter-attack just yet. Good defending from Cosenza's players, preventing any such scenario from happening, and there's another shot prevented by one of the goalkeepers this time. We're adding the +1 to Divina Nigro, the starting goalkeeper of Cosenza Pallanuoto. On we go then with full 2.5 minutes, still waiting for the first goal of this grand final. Miller back to the left side of the attack, onto the right one. 3 seconds till the end, a save worthy of another 18 seconds of the second consecutive attack when it comes to Cosenza, starting off from Rožić on the left side. A swing through from the center back, so for a second there will be 2 options on the 2-meter line. Well, not really. Scratch that. Waiting for the signal to continue. And follow along this 18 seconds when the player who lost her water polo cap is ready. With the cap back on we go then. Starting from Rožić, one of the players that's occupying those 4 international foreign player spots within the Italian squad. One of the newcomers of this season as well. And as for those attacks of the Italian side, another 18 seconds we're about to witness together here. Now that swing through opening up a bit more space on the left side, but the ball is concentrated on the right, and there's a diagonal shot worthy of a first goal in this grand final. The team captain, Federica Morone, scores the first goal, taking Cosenza Pallanuoto into the minimum advantage. The homegrown player, one of the pillars of Cosenza, most definitely. Less than 10 seconds now for the Spanish side to produce an answer, and it's saved by Divina Nigro yet again. There might be an exclusion now, swimming into the defensive posture of the task. One of the Spanish side's players has to go out of the field of play, and that is Mari Angeles Dueñas. Will Cosenza use this numerical advantage? Let's see. So from the 4-2 formation to more of a 3-3, look at where Rožić went from that left wing to the left back position. And there's her first goal of this competition. I remember, not really sure which opponent was in question, but she scored 7 or maybe 8 goals overall. And like I said, the Croatian national team player as one of the ones to watch, most definitely. A talented player born in 2005 who signed her first international contract, previously the player of Mladost, and one of the players that secured that historic classification place, the 6th overall position in the European Championships held at the beginning of the year in Madeira, the best ever achievement of Croatian women's water polo. Now less than 10 seconds, And time will be up for the Italian side to produce goal number 3. The clear idea was try to find the center forward, but it didn't work this time. No ball towards Citino. More than 4 minutes already down, and still no goal from Sant Feliu. Will that be changed now? The ball is at the right side of the attack, and one of the Italian players keeping an eye out on the center forward to prevent any kind of a ball distribution there, but not needed in the end, as a turnover foul was given. A chance to make it 3-0 with less than 3 minutes till the end of the first quarter. A great opening for Cosenza Pallanuoto, who might continue along that path if they use this attack in the 4 seconds that are still remaining. A fine attempt from the right wing, but not into the back of the net, rather near the goal overall, keeping it at only Morone and Rožić as the 2 goal scorers so far. Navarro back to the right side. Plenty of time for this attack for the Spanish team. Foul on the left winger of Sant Feliu. Now time is exactly 10 seconds prior to the end of this attack. An attempt of more of a lob shot goes wide. So we're extending that goal drop when it comes to Bea Espinosa Peña's team throughout the first quarter. It was a Morone with a swim through, waiting for the ball on the left. A bit of a different outcome and idea from her teammates in the meantime. 7 seconds on the shot clock, and another goal from the right side. This one courtesy of Nikki Mer. 4 goals against Tenerife yesterday, the top scorer of her team, and also one of the top scorers in Serie A. If you're following along the women's water polo in Italy, 46 goals, so that places her as the 2nd top scorer. In Serie A Pallanuoto Femminile, and one of the players that already has experience prior to, of course, arriving in Cosenza, having led Brits to a historic qualification for the Conference Cup and multiple appearances in the Champions League, but also Euro Cup with ZFL. In the meantime, there's the first answer from Sant Feliu. Fine shot from the left wing position there, and we're stopping the clock at 1:38. Exactly the time when Mari Angeles Dueñas found the back of the opponent's net for the first time when it comes to Sant Feliu. Maluzzo. Mer finds the right winger. Right back to the right winger. The player screaming for the ball on the left, but a bit of a different idea there. Cosenza gets another 18 seconds of the attack. Maluzzo for Rožić. A strong pressing played from the majority of the players of Sant Feliu. 10 seconds on the shot clock, and that's enough for a penalty, even though the Espinosa Peña has a bit of a different view of that situation. Chance to make it 4-1 if, of course, this first penalty shot will be put to good use. Gabriela Matafora as the player who has one personal foul to her name. Chance for 4-1, and it's used with a minute and around 8 seconds till the end of the first period. The +3 in favor of Cosenza is back. Nikki Mer. Precise yet again. Like I said, the player that brings real European experience, developed in the Dutch league, but she also played in the French championships with Lille. Again, if my memory serves me right. So one of the pillars, definitely talking about Cosenza and everything they have done up to this point and that are doing in Serie A. Another exclusion, giving the chance to convert another power play in favor of Sant Feliu. Less than 10 seconds, the ball is at the left wing, back to the right side, and a good reaction defensive-wise when it comes to Cosenza, keeping Sant Feliu at only one goal. And somebody from the stand screaming, "Come on, defense," in Spanish. So 8 seconds to produce just that, a good defensive display. And then with the remaining time, whatever can be done in the final attack of the first quarter, make it that 7.5 seconds. Final attempt. And that's about it from the first 8 minutes when it comes to this gold medal match, the grand final. It's Sant Feliu 1, Cosenza 4. A great opening from the Italian side from Gaetano Chione's players, who are the more dominant side in the first 8 minutes so far. Morone, Rožić, and 2 goals from Mir, and only 1 from Dueñas with 1:38. That was on the clock before they found a way to end the goal draw. One down, 3 more to go. It's Sant Feliu 1, Cosenza Pallanuoto 4. As a result, we're entering the second quarter with the first swim-off won by Iva Rožić. We'll see, will the second swim-off go the same way in favor of the Italian side, who is in the driving seat when it comes to the first 8 minutes, but still plenty of time left till we actually can safely say which side is taking that trophy, is taking that gold medal, thanks to Rožić yet again, starting the second quarter with the first attack of the period, all in favor of Cosenza, Pallanuoto. Nigro and Bela as the starting goalkeepers. Maluzzo goes over the goal from the first attempt of the Italian club. Matavora. Swing through to the left post. The ball goes to the left winger, and first attempt from the Spanish club as well, without changing the score line. The goal has been hit from that first attempt from the left side of the attack. Keeping it at 4-1. A chance to extend their advantage to the biggest difference so far for Cosenza. Morone. Rožić sends it over to the right side. It's less than 8 seconds till the time's up for this attack. Back to the left side it goes. It's Maluzzo. Maluzzo. Another 18 seconds after this save from Sant Feliu's goalkeeper. Rožić tries to find the center forward, enough for an exclusion. Number 9. So Descalzi is out. Olga Descalzi. Five seconds. A fine shot from the right side yet again. And that's the goal. Number 5. Number 7, meaning it's yet again Federica Morone. Using this extra player opportunity. So as we started the first quarter with her goal, the captain of Cosenza scores another at the start of the second quarter, building the biggest advantage we've witnessed so far and making it 5-1. A good ball towards one of the two center forward options there. And the Sant Feliu center draws an exclusion, gets another power play conversion opportunity to cut the deficit, and that's a great way to use it indeed. From the left back position, the ball goes into the back of Divina Nigro's net. It was Marta Misiti with the exclusion. And Dueñas with yet another goal. The player that stopped the goal draw in the first quarter now, finding the back of the opponent's net for a brace, but other players most definitely need to step up if Sant Feliu wants to come back into the match prior to the halftime. A backhanded attempt goes wide, opening up the road to goal number 3 possibly for Sant Feliu. Matavora. Another exclusion, another power play for Sant Feliu. Matavora. Hungria sends it over to the outfield line yet again. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Back to the right side, onto the left, and that's a fine ball distribution. That's a fine link-up play worthy of goal number 3. It was Morone's exclusion. And as for the goal, we're looking at it one more time from the replay. Claudia Moreno Perez joins Dueñas on the score sheet with yet another extra player converted in favor of Sant Feliu. Giuffrida. Immediately an exclusion drawn by Citino, if I saw that correctly. Panicello, the captain of Sant Feliu, is out, but Cosenza doesn't use their power play opportunity the right way. Seconds on the shot clock. Somebody has to make an attempt, and The referee says not enough for any kind of a punishment for Cosenza's player. Giuffrida. Half of the time meant for this attack already down. Rožić finds Maluzzo. Maluzzo opts for the left side, for the left corner, saved by Chelsea Oliver. "18 more seconds for Cosenza." Another swing through. This time from Giuffrida. Rožić now as the center back. 10 seconds. Another ball towards the center, but a good defending there. Good helping hand from one of the Sant Feliu's players. Prevents any kind of a danger going in the way of Chelsea Oliver. Tavora. All the way to the left side with 5 seconds on the shot clock. A fine attempt, but it goes wide yet again. Keeping it at +2 for Cosenza. Let's see for how long. Maluzzo. Morone. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Giuffrida. Make that 8 now. Still Giuffrida finds the center, and that's enough for a penalty. Hungria with the personal foul here. Worthy of a penalty shot. No, the official statistics says it's smooth, so we'll follow along that. A penalty shot attempt. Number 2, let's see. Is it goal number 6? It is. Another goal for Iva Rožić. Another penalty shot that is put to the best use possible, in the best way possible. Restoring the +3 cushion. Of an advantage for the Italian club. Less than 10 seconds on the shot clock. Attempt from Sant Feliu will not count overall, even if it was precise, as turnover fall is given there. Morone is the right post. Possession in favor of Sant Feliu as we're approaching now a bit over than 2 minutes till the end of the first half. Advantage still in favor of Cosenza, who keeps their opponents at bay. Can they cut it back to 2? Maybe with an extra player in the pool. Yep, exactly the kind of scenario we're gonna witness here, as it's Mer with the exclusion. Matafora finds Hungria. Matafora, and it's in. Sant Feliu 4, Cosenza 6. Matafora using yet another extra player, and that seems to be the main weapon of Bea Espinosa Peña's players. All 3 goals when it comes to this quarter came exactly that way from the extra player opportunities. Maluzzo. 10 seconds on the shot clock. A fine attempt from the left side. A fine, precise, powerful shot. Whatever you'd like to add as a description, feel free to do so. As Marta Misiti gets her first goal. 6-meter shot worthy of +3, back in favor of Cosenza. Ungria. A lot of movement there from the Sant Feliu's players. And a bit too crowded. Maybe to pass it on to one of the posts, albeit the left one or the right one. Now, Descalzi as the right winger gets the ball. Descalzi with a lob hits the woodwork and it goes over the goal of Divina Nigro. Less than 45 seconds prior to the halftime. Chance to extend it to +4. Morone. She's back to her captain. A good ball towards the player swimming through, and that's a penalty shot. Number 11, meaning it's Ungria with a penalty fall there. And will the captain be the player that is heading over to the 5-meter line? And goal number 8 with 25 seconds to go till the end of the second quarter. The captain, Federica Morone, with a hat-trick of goals. The biggest advantage we've seen is those +4, as seen at the beginning of the second quarter, now as well, heading into the final seconds of the second quarter, and extra player opportunity for Sant Feliu to close off this first half, and a good block prevents exactly that from happening. It was Cristina Maluzzo's 18 seconds exclusion. And that's about it when it comes to the first half, when it comes to the first and second quarter. Sant Feliu 4, Cosenza Pallanuoto 8.
And now, please, the European Academy Water Polo Technical Manager, Mr. David Paces, will report the President of Hellenic Aquatic Federation, Mr. Kyriakos Kanopoulos. Εκ μέρους της Ευρωπαϊκής Ομοσπονδίας, ο κ. David Paces, Water Polo Technical Manager, θα απονείμει στον πρόεδρο της Οικονομικής Ομοσπονδίας Ελλάδος, κ. Κυριάκο, τη τιμητική πλακέτα.
Sant Feliu 4, Cosenza 8. As a result, we're entering this penultimate quarter of the grand final with Cosenza came out flying in the opening quarter, immediately imposing their tempo and control on the game, and Sant Feliu struggled to find the rhythm early on and only kind of started to resemble their usual selves in that second quarter. However, the Italian side kept their foot on the gas, maintaining the control and gradually extending their lead on 2 occasions. Like I said previously, they went up by 4 goals, and they do indeed carry those +4 goals, that +4 advantage into the penultimate period. But it will start with the first swim of 1 by Sant Feliu. So let's see, where does this first attack take us? Will the deficit be cut back to 3? Can Sant Feliu use up their first opportunity of this third quarter? Only 5 more seconds to do just so. Good ball towards the center. Again, an exclusion for number 6, meaning it's Maluzzo who's out. A 4-2 formation with the extra player. From right winger to the left back, no goal, but there is another attempt, an opportunity to do so. Sant Feliu sends in another attempt. It won't change the scoreline at the beginning of the third quarter. Mer. Gets the ball to the right winger, who is breaking free and secures another penalty shot attempt. Gabriela Matafora, second personal foul for her, and third penalty shot opportunity for Cosenza. And the player on the right has to go a bit further away. And now, no goal. There is a second attempt that will be used. Number 10. Nikki Met. Extending it to +5. With her overall third goal of the match. So it's her and Morone with a hat trick of goals in the time behind us so far. No fall just yet. There it is. On to the right side with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Blocked and then saved by Divina Negro. There's a player breaking free in the corner. There's actually two players breaking free in the corner now. Is it a goal? Is it a penalty shot? It is the first. And when you see this kind of a celebration, I don't really need that many guesses which player is in question with this goal. Yet again, the Croatian talent, Iva Rožić, with her overall goal, number 3 as well. So joining Maluzzo and Mer. +6 will be kept. Chance to make it +7. And we only scrapped the beginning of the penultimate quarter. Well, a switch of possession as a turnover fall was given in the meantime. And it was given on Federica Morone. Good attempt from the right back. That goes into the back of the net. And if you caught the reaction of Gaetano Occhione, absolutely furious for this ball going in. Fatima Monserrat Salcedo Velasquez scoring the first goal of this penultimate quarter for Sant Feliu. So Sant Feliu 5, Cosenza 10. 2.5 minutes down out of 8 overall in the third quarter. Too strong of a lob sent towards Chelsea Bella there. Turnover fall, even on the center there. And another chance of a counter-attack. Morone. Mer. 10 seconds on the shot clock. And exclusion. And a power play opportunity for Cosenza. Timeout called by Gaetano Occhione.
Timeout for Cosenza. Exclusion for number 9, Feliu.
Morone. Mer. Back to Morone, the captain. The player on the left wing waiting for the ball. There it is. A second to go. Into the back of the net it goes. Sant Feliu 5. Cosenza 11. Thanks to Iva Rosic, who uses another extra player opportunity now, making her the top scorer of the match so far. So 11-5, like I said. One of the players of Cosenza has to go out, an exclusion given there on the 2-meter line. Let's see, will Sant Feliu use this power play? Jufrida is out, and it's in. A good shot from the outfield line for the Spanish club. Only the second goal they scored in this penultimate quarter. And again, it's Dueñas with a hat-trick of goals herself as well. One of the main attacking outlets when it comes to Sant Feliu. And one of the key players as well if you followed along their journey towards the grand final. There is one of the players that I have to mention as well, and that is most definitely the goalkeeper, Elsie Oliver, who saved that penalty when Plevritu was at the 5-meter line, going face to face with her. And many would say that was the crucial time, all the, let's say, crucial points that definitely pushed Sant Feliu into this grand final, as the Greek side, Panionios, was pretty close to taking the game to a penalty shootout overall, if you, of course, followed along that first semifinals yesterday. But it wasn't that easy for Cosenza as well against Tenerife. They had their fair share of difficulties as well, but in the end prevailed and managed to secure their place, a historic final for their club. Now on the verge of a historic result as well, because this 11-6, a commanding lead, does not look like it can be threatened so far, even though, as you see, Sant Feliu is cutting the deficit, thanks to number 8 this time being Moreno Perez. Second goal for Moreno Perez today. But that +3/+4 goal cushion is many at least goal difference that we witnessed so far throughout this penultimate quarter, the last 5-ish minutes. That's the story of that. But still, there is enough time for the Spanish side to find a way back into this game, of course. If somebody steps up and helps out Dueñas, Matafora, Moreno, and Salcedo, as those are the only scorers so far when it comes to the time that has passed so far. But, truth to be told, only 4 goal scorers on the other side as well, but it is distributed with Rosic with 4 goals, Mer and Morone with 3, and 1 for Misiti, giving this 11-7 on the scoreboard. A good ball towards the player swimming on the left post in the counter-attack, because this is enough for the first penalty shot in favor of Sant Feliu. Federica Morone as the player who Did the fall worthy of a penalty opportunity for Sant Feliu, who can now cut it to 3 goals of a difference for the first time since the end of the second quarter. And it's exactly what's gonna happen thanks to Marta Ungria Seco. Ungria's first goal, that, like I said, has the deficit back to 3 goals of a difference for the first time since the end of the second quarter. A bit over than 2 minutes, and that's about it. A fabulous ball through. And what else can there be said? What else can there be shown other than a penalty shot? Dueñas has another personal foul to her name. Fourth opportunity overall when it comes to the penalty shots for Cosenza, and it's in. The captain, Federica Morone, sends in another one. 12-8. Another exclusion for the Sant Feliu's center back. Second personal foul for Moreno Perez. Free formation for Cosenza. Oh, sorry, for Sant Feliu. And that's... we'll see it from the replay. Yet another goal from that right side of the attack, as Olga Descalzi cuts it back to 3 goals of a difference with a minute and around 40 seconds still to be played in this penultimate period. We did see the biggest goal difference between these two teams in this grand final, but we witnessed it fading away, being cut back to 3 goals twice in the past 2 or 3 minutes. Man, to the right wing, onto the center forward position, immediately an exclusion. Power play given in favor of Cosenza. Inaba, Mer, no goal from her. The number 10 of the Italian side staying at those 3 goals scored so far. And Morone and Rožić now at 4 each. Around 60 more seconds. Can Sant Feliu cut it to 2 goals or not? Less than 8 seconds to do just that with this attack. A good lob attempt, but it's well read by the Nero. Giuffrida hits the bar. Less than 10 seconds. Final attempt from Sant Feliu. Ball is still at the right side of the attack, and the final attempt Saved by Cosenza's goalkeeper.
At the end of the third period, the score is Sant Feliu
Third quarter is up. Sant Feliu 9, Cosenza 12. As a result, we're heading into the final 8 minutes of the match with.
According to the time available, there is an intermission of 2 minutes.
Sant Feliu 9, Cosenza 12. The result, we're entering the final 8 minutes of the match with, thanks to Gabriela Matafora, it's the Spanish side who has the first attack of the final quarter. Exclusion for the player with the cap number 2, Giusy Citino. And Sant Feliu won't make it count. On a situation with this counter attack, and this should be an exclusion. Number 6, meaning it's Marnavaro. Power play in favor of the Italian side. Ball is at the right side of the attack. Now it's Med. Med back to the right wing. Good save for Sant Feliu's goalkeeper. Chelsea Vela getting another save, meaning it's another 18 seconds for Cosenza Pallanuoto. Turned in a row after the failed opportunity from the player on the left post. 10 seconds on the shot clock, and the referee says that's a turnover foul. Fine attempt from the player swimming in the counter attack. And after that turnover foul on Federica Morone, Dueñas uses another opportunity and cuts it back to only 2 goals of a difference. throughout this whole entire game, the Italian side had the advantage. Was it +1, 2, 3, or +6 as the biggest one we've witnessed? Depends on the period of the match, but now, for the first time since those 5-3, again in favor of Cosenza, when Moreno scored. That's the first time. Oh, sorry, it was Matafora again for 6-4. So on 2 occasions, the Spanish side had only 2 goals of a difference to catch up on. And then everything else, it went in favor of Cosenza, building their advantage more and more. Now with plenty of minutes left, almost full 6 minutes and 40 seconds to round it up. A lot of things can happen, but Sant Feliu hopes la remontada can happen. A comeback in this match, because like I said, there is a lot of minutes still to be played. So let's see, will it actually be enough for Sant Feliu to turn over the deficit in total, or will Cosenza keep their calm and keep their cool and leave this pool as the gold medal winners, complete the historic path in this season's edition of the European Aquatics Women's Water Polo Conference Cup. Still waiting to getting started with the remaining time. So after the VAR check, if I understood that correctly, as we can't unfortunately see what's being checked there, nothing should change. 10-12 should stay as the result. We're entering this 6.5 minutes still to be played with. Ball is at the left wing position. We're counting off the final seconds of this Cosenza's attack. Onto the right side, a good ball towards the player who was the second option on the 2 meters, as she's the one who draws an exclusion. Only 5 more seconds on the shot clock. Ball is at the left side and into the back. Off the net it goes for the 13th time. Descalzi was the player who got her third and final exclusion in the meantime. And thanks to Annalise Marie Miller, another extra player is converted into the goal. That gets the +3 back. One of the newcomers when it comes to the two additions that arrived in Cosenza from the United States. A member of the USA Youth National Team and participant in the official training camps as well. A bright prospect of her generation. And one of the UCLA's players as well, if I'm not mistaken, in 2024. She was one of the key parts of that championship winning team as well. Mer still with the ball. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Another ball towards the left side, back to the right. A second to go, but this is a turnover fall. Turnover fall given on Giusy Citino. Another ball towards the center, but this one was way better than the one we witnessed on the opposite side. And after the exclusion drawn, a timeout called by Bea Espinosa Peña. So third and final exclusion for Annalise Marie Miller as Bea Espinosa Peña uses the board to additionally explain the following attack with the numerical advantage in the pool. I mentioned it yesterday, but ex-water polo player herself with an outstanding water polo career, twice the European champion, once the world champion, all that between 2017 and 2019. And now with a chance to grab a historic golden medal, even though the overall path towards this grand final is historic by itself. The furthest the Spanish club has went in European competitions. But of course, where there's a chance, where there's an opportunity to believe, they will do it till the very last second, as now they can cut it to 2 goals of a difference, and they will from the right wing. Hungaria's second goal has the deficit back to 2. Four minutes, 36 seconds. That's all that's left to be played. That +6 as the biggest advantage for Cosenza. Now cut yet again back to only 2. Less than 9 seconds to make this attack used to its fullest potential. No any kind of a whistle there when the ball reached the center forward. The referee said just play on. Less than 7 seconds for the Spanish side. Make that less than 4 now. Ball towards the left wing. Now onto the left back position, saved by Cosenza's goalkeeper. Keeping it at only 2 goals of a difference still. Can Cosenza bring it back to free? Mer Morone finds the opposite side of the attack. 4 seconds till the end. A good block from one of the players of Sant Feliu. Marcos. Shot attempt with 5 seconds on the shot clock, but it will be additional 18 seconds as Divina Negro sent it near her goal, as told by the referee. Less than 3 minutes, starting off from Dueñas. 8 seconds on the shot clock, and the referee says that's a penalty. Penalty foul by Iva Rožić. And the Cosenza's bench absolutely furious. A chance now for Marta Ungria Seco to cut it back to only 1 goal of a difference. For the first time since the very beginning of the match, and she will. What a final quarter, and what a comeback from Sant Feliu. Yet again, it's Ungria who steps up. 2 goals in a row from her are additionally complicating the situation for Cosenza. Because like I said, we haven't witnessed 1 goal of a difference since the very beginning of the match. And now, thanks to Sant Feliu's resilience, we might have an even more of an exciting final minutes than we initially thought we might have, especially at the beginning of the penultimate quarter. Mer. A lot of movement on the left side, a lot of swim-throughs. Back to Mer it goes, the Dutch player firing her shot, but it's saved by Sant Feliu's goalkeeper. Another 18 seconds thanks to Morone. Mer. Morone. The captain sends it over to her center forward. It's saved yet again. No ball into the back of Chelsea Oliver. But there is a turnover fall detected by the referee. Didn't go unnoticed there. So the final less than 2 minutes still to be played. If this attack does not get converted in favor of Cosenza Pallanuoto, a lot of problems will be on the horizon. A lot of problems already are on the horizon, but when you need somebody to step up, it will be the captain, Federica Morone. What might prove to be the crucial goal, we'll see. Still too early to say exactly that and word it exactly like that. But the captain now with 5 goals in this grand final to her name. Almost the third of everything Cosenza has fired into the back of the net. Additionally, another check should be the reason of this delay. So again, whatever's being checked there, we unfortunately can't really tell or see. Sant Feliu 12, Cosenza Pallanuoto 14. And the minute and 46 seconds are still on the shot clock. The closest Sant Feliu has been to making a comeback to fully turn over the deficit, something they couldn't do for pretty much the whole match. The closest they have been in, and this is a penalty in the end given. After the review, third personal foul should be for Misiti. So, a chance for Sant Feliu. A lifeline given yet again. Like I said, you can't really tell from which exact situation was that line given, as unfortunately we can't see what the referee is checking there at the VAR. But what we can see is the things heating up and the situation complicating even more for the Italian side, who had everything in their hands, and now they cannot let it slip away from them in these final minutes. A fine attempt from the penalty shot. Again, it's Hungria with her third goal since the start of this last quarter. As for Hungria, overall her fourth. And when you take a look at all of the goal scorers from Sant Feliu, it's her and Dueñas with 4. Back to 1 goal of a difference. 1 minute and 45 seconds left. Morone. Maluzzo, back to Morone. Morone sends it to her center forward. Saved again by Chelsea Oliver. Marcos. 5 seconds on the shot clock. The ball goes from one winger to another, saved by Nigro. A great save, heading into the last 50-ish seconds. And it could be another timeout for Cosenza, followed by Gaetano Occhione, a leading figure behind the club's recent rise and stability in Serie A, with a highly impressive profile prior to actually moving into the women's water polo. Final words prior to the final seconds of this highly exciting match, especially this last quarter, that is. The Spanish club cutting the deficit back to only 1 goal of a difference on 2 different occasions for the first time since the beginning of the match. And if Cosenza scores, and of course does the defensive portion of the tasks in the final seconds, that might just seal it for their historic first ever European gold in any kind of a club European competitions. Morone. 6 seconds on the shot clock. A great save for Sant Feliu's goalkeeper. When it's needed the most, Chelsea Oliver to the rescue. And now the final 20 seconds and timeout, of course, called by Bea Espinosa Peña. Well aware, these final seconds can be definitely described as the moment of truth. Does Sant Feliu have what it takes to take this game into a penalty shootout? Or Cosenza Pallanuoto will start with the celebrations and giving those final few seconds a tag of just a pure formality, Well, there's only one way to find out. And starting off in a few seconds from the center, even though one of the Feliu players didn't really get the memo. Less than 20 seconds of this exciting grand final. Will Sant Feliu make it? Is this the shot worthy of 14-14? A fine block from the captain, who is then surrounded with 3 different players of Sant Feliu, of course, united in only one mission, and that is get the ball back into their possession. And Divina Nigro and Federica Morone are the 2 players keeping the ball in possession of Cosenza, which means with the final whistle, a grand celebration can begin as Smile Cosenza Pallanuoto is the winner of the first edition of European Aquatics Women's Water Polo Conference Cup. 14-13, only 1 goal of a difference in the end, and all thanks to that final 8 minutes of the match when Sant Feliu showed resilience, almost fully produced a comeback, but they couldn't really level the score. In the end, it was sort of a too little too late when you look at the time that was on the shot clock and what they were trying to produce here in the pool in Athens. As for the top scorers, 5 goals from Federica Morone, crucial in so many defensive portions of the task as well, not only this offensive one. One last for Rožić alongside her. And when it comes to Sant Feliu, Dueñas and Hungria with a fabulous display in the final 8 minutes from Marta Griaseco. Those 2 players are with 4 goals to their name when it comes to this battle for the gold medal. So that's pretty much it when it comes to our journey here in Athens. When it comes to these few days enjoying the European Aquatics Water Polo Women's Conference Cup. We have the classification places, we have the medals sorted out. Still Panionios as the club who takes the bronze medal after winning against Tenerife a bit earlier than this match has kicked off. And then in the grand final, Cosenza kept their advantage and sealed the first ever European competitions medal overall in club history. Sant Feliu with the silver medal, so of course congrats to all of the finalists, congrats to all the medalists, and a special congrats to Gaetano Chione and his team, his staff as well, completing a great European campaign and also sealing their place in the next season's edition of the Euro Cup as well. That should be mentioned too. So a bit more frames of the celebration, and then of course the medal ceremony is about to commence, so that's my cue to leave. Enjoy the medal ceremony, enjoy the celebrations, and of course that's just one competition down, plenty of more to come by the end of this club season, and make sure to tune in for our next water polo journey together.
προβία για το χάλκινο. Καλούμε τον κύριο Ηλία Πουσαριά, Γενικό Διευθυντή του Πανιωνίου, Mr. Ηλία Πουσαριά, General Manager of Πανιώνιος, and Mr. Dejan Perisic, Technical Officer Manager, will lead the works. Third team of conference staff, the team of Πανιώνιος. Πανιώνιος, η ομάδα, τα Κατάλια, συγχαρητήρια, congratulations girls. Gabriela Matafora. Matilda Merimu. Ana Campos Vasquez. Judith Paniquero. Navarro Vaquera. Descanse Portero, Marian James Duenas Asensio, Marta Hungría, Salcedo Feliciano, María Díaz Reyes, Ariana Ros Rego, Head Coach Martina Espinosa Reina, Assistant Coach Feliu and team of Accelerator Compass. Congratulations to all of your team. And now the winner of Conference Cup 2025-2026, the team of Smile Cosenza. Για την απολύτω μεταγενό πάρει και τον Τριγανόπουλο. For the awards, Mr. Yanopoulos, Yanopoulos, Vice President of European Aquatics and President of the Federation. Divina Nero, Giussi Citino, Inaba Akari, Misiti Marta, Manuzzo Cristina, Federica Colombo, Annelise Miller, Iva Rossi, Megan Nicky, Giuffrida Marta, Santa Paola Roberta, team head coach Okiame and coach Mana. Congratulations to the